Good evening, folks. Time for another stream of Ace Attorney Apollo Justice Trilogy. We're back into Dual Destinies. I'm going to start in on the second case, which is called the Monstrous Turnabout. I don't know too much about this other than the name, so we'll see what happens.
Long ago, the nine-tailed fox defeated the evil Tenmataro and sealed the fallen demon away. To this day, it is said that he slumbers even still within the Forbidden Chamber.
Night-night, Alderman. Sweet dreams!
Okay, then.
At long last, the revival of Tenmataro is at hand.
A few months prior to the courthouse bombing. Okay, so this is the... I guess this is going to be the previous case that was mentioned earlier, or in the last stream. This looks familiar. I'm guessing a little early. Oh, hey, Apollo. Getting an early start today. Yeah, this is the first job I've had in a while, after all. Well, aren't we all fired up? Well, it's not every day I get a call from Mr. Wright. What kind of work is it anyway? Mr. Wright didn't mention any details. Work? Is that how he put it? Don't tell me he just wants me to clean the toilet again. You've really become a fixture around here, Apollo. Come to think of it, it's been almost a year since I was hired. Lots happened since then. But I've settled in nicely despite a few bumps in the road. My name is Apollo Justice. Been practicing law for about a year, but I still have a lot to learn. This is the Right Anything Agency, and it's where I work. Don't let the name fool you, it's definitely a law agency. But don't forget that this place is a talent agency too, Polly. It's the law agency part of this office that's usually forgotten. This is Trucy Wright, a budding magician, an adopted daughter of the agency's owner, Phoenix Wright. She sometimes makes me help with her magic tricks. And what's wrong with that? You're one of the agency's talents as well. I was under the impression that I was a lawyer. Oh, we'd better hurry. It doesn't look like Daddy's going to make it, so let's get going. Huh? Where are we going? What about the job he mentioned? This is the job, Polly. You're supposed to keep me company today. Now come on. Another day of not being a lawyer. Should have seen this coming. Oh, this is the Right Anything Agency, you know. And there's no law-related work at the moment, so... Tell me again why I chose to work here? Where's Mr. Wright, anyway? Daddy said something about going to meet an acquaintance. But don't worry, just focus on your job, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Well, let's go. We don't have all day. Wait a second. Ugh. Another day of anything goes begins at the Right Anything Agency. Yokai Lane. So, what are we doing way up here in the mountains? This is Ninetail's Vale. Everyone's been talking about the yokai craze here. Yokai? Oh, you mean Japanese monsters. I guess that explains all these weird things. Speaking of which, wasn't Ninetail's Vale founded by Japanese immigrants? Yeah, they're holding a festival to boost tourism over at the Alderman's Manor. My friend who works there invited us. That's why we're here. In other words, I'm your chaperone because your dad was too busy. Daddy said that with those horns of yours, you'd make a great addition to their festival. I mean, you look just like a Japanese demon. Wasn't that though thoughtful of him, Polly? I could do without thoughtfulness like that. It's almost time. Come on, Polly. The festival grounds are this way. Alright, guess it's time to move to QB Manor Garden. It's monster craze. Come to think of it, I think I heard about it on TV. Supposedly how Ninetails Vale made a comeback from the brink of fiscal disaster. Our agency could sure use something positive like that. Oh, I know. Let's jump on board the monster craze. You and Daddy would be a perfect comedy duo. You'd call yourselves Agni and Rudra, Demon Kings of Comedy. Daddy sets them up and you knock them down. Hey, I think we hit the jackpot with this idea. Sorry, but I plan on staying a lawyer. You do? You don't have to act so surprised by that. Hey, Tersey, have you seen my attorney's badge? How could you lose something so important? Sometimes I really wonder about you, Apollo. This is so weird. I wonder if I dropped it somewhere. Oh, look. What are these panties doing here? Forget about panties. I'm looking for my badge. Well, I see this trick hasn't been let up on at all. Hey, that's my attorney's badge. Wow, how'd you do that? Set it all up while we were back at the office. I didn't even... Wait, you took my badge! I guess we can't examine? Sure, why not? Check it out. You're so lucky, Apollo. Everyone can see what you do with just a flash of your badge. About you, Trucy, people can tell you're a magician by the way you're dressed. Yeah, but I can't always dress like this, like when I'm in school and stuff. You can always show you're a magician by making things appear or disappear. You mean like this? Magic or no, aren't you a little be showing those things in public? Maybe I'll become a lawyer too. You're abandoning your dream just like that? Alright, well, as interesting as this is, I guess we're gonna... Oh, that's cool. You can, pick... Oh, I could actually go back here if I wanted to. No examining, though. Interesting. Wow, this place is really something. Definitely feels like a different world here. Trucy. Jinxie. And this is... my friend Jinxie Tenma. She's the one who invited us. She just happens to be the maid here. 2 horns. A love of red. Are you a demon? No, haha. I'm Apollo Justice. Nice to meet you. He is a demon. What the... Be gone, foul beast. You look great, Polly. Fills in some of that space on your forehead. Wow. They haven't let one up about that either. What is this thing? It's a warding charm. Jinxie puts them on all the monsters she finds. But I'm not a monster. Maybe I should have told you you're a good demon. Or you could just say I'm human. The red demon, emissary of the underworld. I get up early to do my hair for this. Can I take this off now? So you can eat me? I'm not going to eat you. Forgive me, oh terrible one. Tone down your cords of steel, Apollo. You're scaring her out of her wits. Don't worry, I'm already full. Please stay that way. Great, now I'm playing along, too. So I wanted to ask you about Ninetails Vale. It's like you've been demonized, Polly, literally. I'm starting to wonder if I really am a demon myself. Please, don't eat me. Have food if you're hungry. This isn't working. We won't get anything out of her until we set the record straight. If only we had some way to prove you're not as scary as you look. How much unnecessary roughness. Looks like I have to present some proof. Proof that I'm 100% human. Well, I don't know if it's a guarantee that I'm human, but I wanted to show you this. What is it? It's my attorney's badge, you see? I'm not a demon, I'm a lawyer. Cough, cough, cough. Really? You're a lawyer? Ugh. Maybe now she'll stop calling me a demon. Does it protect you from Enma Dio's judgment? Who's Enma Dio? I read somewhere that he's the demon lord who judges the dead for their sins. Oh, I think now she thinks you're a demon lawyer from hell, Polly. Can I go back to just being a normal demon? Please, please don't boil me in a scalding cauldron. I'd prefer a Turkish bath if possible. A Turkish bath? Isn't that more sauna than bath? Don't worry, Jinxie. He's a good demon. He'll save you if you ever go astray. Please, Mr. Demon Lawyer, sir, have mercy on my soul. Ugh, I told you, I'm not a demon. Trucy, you're just making things worse. Ugh. Just leave that Enma Dio to me. Isn't that great, Jinxie? Uh-huh, I'm no longer scared to cross into the afterlife. Will someone tell these two I'm human already? So, Jinxie, I hear this village is the epicenter of the monster craze. Uh-huh, barely anyone had even heard of it before, but now it's packed with tourists. Really? So the monster craze is the reason behind today's festival. It was the alderman's idea, but I'd be careful if I were you. There are lots and lots of yokai prowling about Ninetail's Vale. Prowling about? You mean like wild animals or something? Uh-huh, and they're hungry too. Man-eating monsters, and they're all over the place? Uh-huh, in fact, there was one at the manor yesterday. I heard the doorbell ring. When I opened the door, nobody was there. It was the ding-dong demon. Really? I feel like there's another explanation for this. When I was a kid, my friends used to play this prank called Ding Dong Ditch. Well, that doesn't prove yokai aren't real. There's even one here at the manor. I thought she was going to say, aha, so you are a demon. And your friends are demons, too. Tenmataro imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenmataro? The Forbidden Chamber? About that yokai you said was imprisoned here at the manor. Is it true? Uh-huh. He's a super evil demon named Tenmataro. Here, take a look at the scroll. Taro's the dark demon you see here. He's super evil and super scary. That's the yokai imprisoned in the Forbidden Chamber. Uh-huh. He was defeated by the village guardian yokai, the Nine-Tailed Fox, and locked away forever. So, you're saying Tenmataro is still trapped inside the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh, but he's just biding his time until he can escape. Still, we should be perfectly safe, because there's a really powerful sealing charm on the door keeping it shut tight. What a charming security system. You can keep the scroll if you want. The alderman gave me this, but just holding it gives me the chills, so... thanks, Jinxie. Maybe I'll give this to Mr. Wright. So, I was wondering, those things on your forehead also warding charms, Jinxie? Yes, they're to prevent evil things from getting inside me. Papa told me to wear them. Evil things? Paulo, don't you dare take those charms off her forehead. They have to stay there. Forever. Got it? I wonder what would happen if I did take them off. It's time for me to get back to work. Thanks for inviting us, Jinxie. You're welcome. Oh, and before I forget, there's going to be a surprise event today. Even I don't know what to expect, but it's sure to be fun. You know, when she makes that face, I kind of feel like it's not going to be fun. There might be a yokai parade. She'd probably drop dead from fright. Hmm? Eek. Ah, demon. Oh wait, it's just someone in a suit, right? The Tenmataro. Tenmataro? Demon from the Forbidden Chamber? Please don't hurt me. Be gone, be gone, be gone. Yes. Better watch out, little girl, or I'll snatch you away. Charm, charm, charm. Where's that die and go to heaven charm? Oh, she put it on her own forehead this time. She sure gives up quick. Why is everyone hiding their faces? Hey, you there. You mustn't stare at Tenmataro like that. Lower your eyes. He'll steal your soul if you're not careful. Huh? Steal my soul? Seriously? Your devilry stops here and now, Tenmataro. Now what? Look, Apollo. There's somebody up on the roof. Ah, that booming laugh. Could it be? My 9 golden tails are proof of my unassailable righteousness. With my band of 100 minions, I vanquish evil from the land. I am the wrestler of righteousness. Yaha! Okay. I didn't expect him to be a wrestler. This is reading very much like the Steel Samurai episode. You're not good, little boys and girls, or else you'll defeat Tenmataro. Ah, yeah, he's a wrestler. Hooray! It's the amazing Ninetales. Do no good tricks again? Well, not on my watch. Nothing to fear now, my child. I've banished him. You and your people can now live in peace. Thank you, Mr. Amazing Ninetales, sir. Now I must be off. Another match and another foe to vanquish await. What was that all about? That wrestler just chased off a yokai? Looked like he came out of the Alderman's manor. That was Amazing Ninetales. He's a pro wrestler from right here in Ninetales Vale, but no one knows his true identity. Jinxie sure seems chipper all of a sudden. Yes. What was that all about, him banishing Tenmataro? As a yokai exorcism. It's an annual ritual where Tenmataro is released to remind us of his wickedness. In the end, the nine-tailed fox drives Tenmataro out and purifies our village. The Amazing Ninetales did the honors this year. So that was the big surprise, huh? Amazing Ninetales and Tenmataro, huh? Well, whatever floats her boat. Oh, would you look at the time? I'd better get back to work. Please excuse me. So it's a big show to, you know, make the tourists happy. Show off. She's a strange one, alright. I think she's sweet in her own special way. Knowing Trucy, she probably has lots of friends who are sweet in their own way. Okay, I don't know what that means. Well, we still have some time to kill. Might as well see the rest of Ninetales Vale while we're here. Fun never stops, does it? Nearly every yokai souvenir that was for sale. I know, because my wallet's running on empty. What's with all the commotion over there? Huh? Hey, isn't that your friend Jinxie? If everything's okay. It's terrible. Calm down, Jinxie. Tell us what happened. The demon, Tenmataro. He killed Alderman Kyubi. What? Wait, killed as in dead? Yes, and Tenmataro did it. Tenmataro? You stay here while I go have a look. Please, wait. Huh? Ah! It's a Tenmataro warding charm. It should protect you, but please, be careful. The Alderman's in the Fox Chamber at the top of the main staircase. Okay, got it. Slipped into pocket.
You all right?
Who are you?
Help! Someone call an ambulance!
Police arrived soon after that, at which point I returned to the festival grounds. Apparently, the man impaled by the spear was already dead, but there was one other person there, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital. Thank goodness the other man's going to be fine. Sounds like he'd only been unconscious. Think Jinxie's going to be okay? I'm sure she'll be back to her old self in no time. At least she's calm enough for the police to question her for now. And I'd sure love to know what crazy animal left those feathers and tracks. Oh, look, here comes Jinxie. Hi, Trucy. Hi, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Hey, feeling any better? I was wondering if you're up to filling us in on what happened. So, the man with the spear in his chest was already dead. Uh-huh, it was Alderman Cuby. When I found him, he was already... So the victim was the village alderman. And the one who was found alive, who was he? Damien Tenma. He's the mayor of the neighboring city, Tenma Town. They arrested him. So, he's the killer? Ah, nuh-uh. Papa didn't kill him. Oh, this is her dad. Okay. That's right, Jinxie's dad is mayor of Tenma Town. No way. Or, yes way, but he's innocent. It's just got way more complicated. The victim was the alderman of Ninetails Vale, and Jinxie's father, the mayor of Tenma Town, was arrested for the crime. Sounds like we have some investigating to do. I know this is difficult, Jinxie, but you need to hang in there. I know. I'll try my best. Would you mind telling me a little more about the victim? So the victim was the village alderman. What can you tell me about him? His name was Rex Cuby. They say his family has ties to the legendary nine-tailed fox. He was really kind, and he always looked out for me. He was a former pro wrestler, and I even heard he knew the amazing Ninetails. A former pro wrestler, huh? That's something to keep in mind. With your father being mayor and all, I guess you're originally from Tenma Town, huh? So then why did you come work here? It's to overcome your fears, right, Jinxie? Uh-huh. Plus, Mama was from Ninetails Vale, though she's no longer with us. She loved these flowers. I always wanted to live where Ninetails flowers grew. Oh, I see, because they have 9 petals, and they look kind of like tails. Beautiful flower, and with exactly 9 petals, too. Just looking at them gives me courage, even when I'm scared of yokai. Jinxie, when you first told us what happened, you said the killer was a demon. Uh-huh, the warding charm on the Forbidden Chamber's door. It's been removed. Forbidden Chamber's door? That big door that was barred shut? There wasn't charm on it when I checked it out, so I guess it was removed by someone. That's how Tenma Taro escaped. But when I try and remember what happened, it all goes fuzzy. Jinxie, you should go get some rest. You've been through a lot today. Between the warding charm being removed and the black feathers and weird tracks, I could see how a superstitious person might think a demon was the killer. Apollo, maybe this is your chance. Chance for what? To do the right thing and defend Jinxie's dad in court. Who, me? Wouldn't a man like Mayor Tenma have access to more experienced lawyers? You want to know what the detective said? They doubted there was a lawyer who could get a not guilty verdict in this one. Sounds like they're expecting an open and shut case. Don't worry, Jinxie. If anyone can prove your dad's innocence, it's Polly. What? You'll accept the case, won't you, Polly? Ooh, it's all over, isn't it? I'll be all alone for the rest of my life. Oh, right. Jinxie already lost her mother. Alright. Jinxie, leave your father's defense to me. Attaboy, Polly. You going to help Papa, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Yep, because that's what lawyers do. plus no toilet cleaning for a while. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure your father walks away a free man. Thank you, Mr. Demon Lawyer. I can tell you're one of the good ones. Red demons are usually so mean. It's been a while, but I'll be fine. Red or not, here comes justice. So I go and meet my new client. Ah, but before I forget, better jot this down in my notebook. Hey, Apollo, what's the notebook for? Oh, I just thought I should jot down some stuff about the case. And so I don't misplace them, I'm putting my notes in the court record. Okay. I guess it's what you would call a to-do list. Oh, sounds handy. To read my notes, I just open the court record with RB. Okay, so this is the list of characters. This guy is. Okay. Go meet my client. Alright. Let's switch between the tabs, right. Almost forgot. So, about Jinxie's father. No matter how scary he seems, promise me you'll resist the urge to run away. Wait, what? His angry glare can paralyze you with fear, and some claim he can even shoot laser beams from his eyes. You know, this series has gotten a little silly in later installments. Just a bit. Maybe Papa really isn't really that scary. Paralyzing stare, laser beams from his eyes. Sounds like some kind of monster. I think it's about time I see Jinxie off. I'll head back to the office after I'm done. Okay, thanks. Huh. I wonder if there's just not a lot of examining to do in these. Or maybe it's only for specific scenes. So it's not just like examine these like random things that don't have anything to do with the case. Visiting hours. Perfect timing. Hope he's not as scary as he sounds. Who are you? Yikes. So you're Damien Tenma, right? I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. I'm here to help. Ah, let me out of here. Sorry, I get a little loud sometimes. How incredibly rude. Sorry, did I do something to offend you? A visitor when all others shun me like a common criminal. And here I am with nothing to offer. I am the epitome of rudeness. Oh wait, so he wasn't mad at me. Unworthy as I am, I, Damien Tenma, shall breach these walls, so that I may treat my benefactor to some tea, and maybe some cookies, too. No, wait, we can do tea and cookies after we prove your innocence. How about you start by telling me what happened? I see. So tea and cookies can wait, can they? Phew, that was close. We don't need jailbreak added to the list of charges. Seems like a good guy, but with a face like that, I can see why he's misunderstood. Mayor Tenma, do you mind if I ask why you were arrested? Grr. Whoa, sorry, I guess some things are better left unsaid. Bah, excuse me? I think a public paragon such as I could be treated like this. This arrest should have never happened. Go on. Fear the ill effects it will have on our youth. Now I've but one choice. I must leave here at once, if only to protect the moral fiber of our youth. No, wait. You can protect the moral fiber of our youth after you've been declared not guilty. I suppose you're right. Our youth just came this close to quite a scare. My fingerprints were on the spear that killed Alderman Cuby. That's why I was arrested. Prints were on the murder weapon. That's never good. Any idea how they got there? None. For I hardly remember a thing, you see. I was fast asleep at the time. Someone must have slipped me a sleeping pill or something. I mean, it looked like you got conked on the head. What's worse, somebody clobbered... Yeah. That too. A drug-induced slumber and a blow to the head. No wonder you hardly remember a thing. Oh. Is that some kind of strange laugh? Well, I think we can safely assume your prints were planted while you were unconscious. what the police have on you as far as a motive is concerned. Truth be told, there's been a bit of trouble between the alderman and I as of late. Oh, was it personal in nature? Nothing like that. It's a long story. But suffice to say, I've been pushing to merge Ninetails Vale with Tenma Town. Surrender Ninetails Vale to Tenma Town now. Yeah, that's, I don't know if that's the best way to negotiate that. That's what I told him. I'd like to tell you to stop shouting like that, but I'm too scared. So, that's the motive the police have established for the Alderman's murder? Indeed it is. After all, Alderman Cuby was dead set against a municipal merger. And that's why they think you killed him. He was in your way. Curses. Mayor Tenma, are you okay? Jinxie, forgive me. I never meant to worry you like this. It'll work out fine. Just leave it to me. If only it really were that easy. I don't even know where to start. Thank you for meeting with me, Mayor Tenma. Please, wait. My daughter, Jinxie. Yes? She already lost her mother. And now with me being held in here, I feel she'll be terribly lonely. I hesitate to ask, but I beg you, be a friend to her in her time of need. Leave it to me. Trucy and I will look out for your daughter. I shall rest a little easier then. You know, you remind me of some of the new friends Jinxie has been talking about. New friends? Yes, it seems she's made some new friends since she started working in Ninetails Vale. They're quite the unusual bunch, too. There's a lady with an exceptionally long neck, a young lad with an incredibly long tongue, and many other interesting characters. Friends? It's like a bunch of monsters to me. Now, if you would excuse me, it appears my time's up. Why am I so tired? Must have been more tense than I thought. Still, I'm glad he didn't turn out to be as scary as he looks. Call? No, it's Mr. Wright. Was that the Guitar Serenade song? I think it was. Justice here. Paulo, is that you? Hi, Mr. Wright. What can I do for you? Trucy told me you've taken on a new case. Oh, that. It's kind of spur of the moment. He's actually calling me about a case. That's fine, but I have a favor to ask. Sure, what is it? I'm at the airport right now. There was someone I had to meet. A new addition to the agency, actually. Her name's Athena Sykes, and she just passed the bar. That's right, I remember hearing about her coming to join us. Guess that was today. She took off as soon as I told her you needed help with a case. It was like there was no stopping her. Wait, what? Where is she now? Probably somewhere in Ninetails Vale by now. That's where that favor I mentioned comes in. I need you to go find her. But I've never even met her before. What does she look like? She'll be the girl in the yellow suit sporting an attorney's badge. Okay, I'll find her. New addition to the agency. Well, I'd better get back to Ninetails Vale quick. I already told you I'm a lawyer assigned to the case. I need to study the crime scene, so if you would please tell me where QB Manor is. You can't fool me. You're just some delinquent high school student playing hooky. You stupid pig-headed. This attorney's badge isn't just for show, you know. It's like I just found Miss Athena Sykes. Why won't you believe me? You don't expect me to defend you in court if you ever get arrested. Well, I'm the one who usually does the arresting, so... Say, shouldn't you be getting back to school? I already told you I'm a lawyer, not a student. That's it. Enough of your lies. You're coming with me. Ah! Get your hands off me.
What the?
Think you can watch out for the bystanders next time? Whoops. You okay? I think so. That police officer's out cold. I'm so sorry. I do that when people suddenly grab me. It's like a reflex or something. Reflex? Sounds more like a felony. It's self-defense. You're Athena Sykes, I take it. That would be me. And you are? I'm Apollo Justice. I work at the Right Anything Agency. Right Anything Agency. What a fishy-sounding name. Wait, didn't you meet with Phoenix? It's a long story, but it is a law office, among other things. Did Mr. Wright explain it to you? Oh, right, that right. So then you must be... Where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. Could say the same thing to you. Well, here I am. Now how about telling me a little bit about yourself? Mr. Wright didn't really tell me much, as always. Ah, of course. Feel free to ask away. So Athena, I hear you just passed the bar. That's right, and here's my shiny new badge to prove it. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, so you must be a bit younger than me. A bit more than you might think, in fact. I'm only 18. 18? How in the world did you become a lawyer at that age? Francisca become a lawyer? She might have even been even younger when that happened. It's, you know, it's anime. Once you're a teenager, you're basically capable of doing any adult job. I skipped a few grades while I was an exchange student in Europe. And I got my license to practice law while I was over there. Yeah, I think Francisca also... She studied in Germany? I can say is, wow, she must be a genius or something. Also studied analytical psychology. Thought it might help me be a better lawyer. Psychology helps her be a better lawyer? How exactly does that work? So, tell me about our client. What are they like? Alright, you haven't met him yet. Well... And that about sums it up. He's more worried about his daughter than himself. What a wonderful father. Wait, are you crying? Not crying. There was something in my eye. They're called tears. Moving right along, let's get down to business. Helping our client is priority number one. So Athena, you mentioned studying psychology. That's right. I've always wanted to bring analytical psychology into the courtroom. The power of psychology will bring a breath of fresh air to the legal system. Oh really? So how do you plan on using it to defend our client? Well, for example, I can try to listen in on a witness's inner voice, and then analyze their psychological state with the help of my trusty partner, Widget. Widget? Device around my neck here. Say hi, Widget. Hi, Widget. It talks? Whoa, you need a volume knob. Anyway, the little guy will sometimes say what I'm feeling. Awkward. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Now that I seriously doubt. Oh, I almost forgot. I have something you might be interested in. Got it on my way here. Think it might have something to do with our case? Special edition covering our case. That was quick. That's the whole point of special editions, isn't it? To be the first to get the scoop? Rapido. Right. Well, let's see what it says here. What's the deal with the Spanish? Was captured on camera around 3-4. He was seen flying through the sky? Yeah, somebody happened to snap that photo near Ninetail's Vale. The article goes on to say it might be connected to our case. Apparently that photo was shot right after the murder occurred. Alright, so some wacky things have apparently happened in this case. Well, there were black feathers and strange tracks at the crime scene. I'm not surprised the locals think a yokai was involved. Wait a second. Yokai is in one of those Japanese monsters? My god, you don't actually think it was a supernatural murder, do you? Hahaha, no, of course not. Now German? Why not plain old English? Special edition paper added to the court record. Andale, Apollo, let's get cracking on that crime scene already. Okay, what's next on the list? Investigating the crime scene. Oh. What are we waiting for? Last one there is a rotten egg. You don't have to run all the way there. Okay, and how about speed walking? Why does it have to be a competition at all? Yeah, why not? That's your attorney's badge, alright. Its dull, grimy look makes me think of all the courtroom battles you've faced so far. Oh, mine will look like that someday. Look out, legal world. Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to go. Actually, I just haven't polished it lately. Maybe I should keep that to myself. No need to deflate her dreams about work just yet. Interesting picture. Looks like a one-on-one monster smackdown. Must have been quite a battle. Which yokai do you think is stronger? Seems to me Tenmataro's ability to fly would give him an edge over the nine-tailed fox. But the fox has powerful legs. He pounced before Tenmataro knew what hit him. He won't be pouncing on anyone after he's dropped from way up in the sky. But the nine-tailed fox is gold-colored. Gold is way better than black, so I'm sure he'd win. What do colors have to do with anything? Besides, everyone knows red is the best. Nothing's coming to mind. Give me an hour and I'll have it analyzed psych style. I'll get... Psychs. I just got that. We'll get started on it right now. I was just wondering. Okay, looks like this paper doesn't shy away from stories on strange creatures. Really? What does it say? Plain book produced photos of Gordy and a Kappa water sprite thingy. Gordy, huh? I think I know where this paper's come from. Just the other day, they got one of Kanaki Chichi crying his poor old eyes out. Who? Followed by that info shot of Tenmataro. I don't know about a Kappa, but I bet the Kanaki Chichi is just a shot of someone's grandpa lost and crying up in the mountains. It's not very nice. They should have helped him instead of publishing his picture. I doubt there'll be anything here. You hear that? It sounds like a TV or something. Oh, look. There's a TV in that little room in the corner. In other news, mysterious masked wrestler The Amazing Ninetails has been confirmed missing according to sources close to the wrestler. I wonder if it was him. It appears he disappeared sometime after the special event held in Ninetails Vale today. He also failed to appear at a match today where he is scheduled to defend his title. Local villagers say his disappearance may be connected with Tenmataro's recent escape. So that wrestler's gone missing. Hey, you two. You don't belong in here. Eek! Don't worry, there's nothing suspicious. What about them there horns of yours? They look mighty suspicious if you ask me. Horns? It's my hair. Anyway, we're lawyers and we're here to... Ah, you're them lawyers coming to defend Mayor Tenma, ain't ya? Should have reckoned with that expensive-looking bracelet you got there. Name's Phineas Filch. I'm the caretaker here. Pleased to meet you. Same here. I'll talk about a quick change of heart. So tell me, demon lawyer. Bet you used them demonic horns of yours to scare the bejeebers out of witnesses, huh? Come here, you little horn demon, you. Youch. These horns are... I mean, my hair isn't meant to threaten anyone. Eh? Seems a mighty big waste of perfectly good horns, if you ask me. Then again, ain't none of my business, so... Ugh, that was fast. Guess he's done with me. Well, I'd best get back to work.
Hold it!
Halt, stop right there. Huh? Me? Apollo, your bracelet's gone. Yeah, I was wondering if that was the, Don't worry, Mr. Lawyer, sir. I'll check the lost and found later. Somehow, I don't think that will be necessary. Just check your wrist right now. The cat's out of the bag. It's barely in the bag in the first place. That was a pretty pathetic attempt. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Just couldn't control myself. Please forgive me. I'm begging you. I almost feel sorry for him now. What should we do about him, Apollo? Well, I got my bracelet back, and he seems sorry enough, so... I don't know about this guy. You'd understand, Mr. Lawyer, sir. You obviously got a big heart. As big as the wad of cash in your wallet, I hope. You leave my wallet out of this. Oh. Hey, didn't you just finish apologizing for stealing from us? Run away, head for the hills. Get back here, you. Talk about a quick escape. Looks like you dropped a few things. Looks like a pair of diagrams. This one's of the crime scene, and here's one of the foyer. He left his shoes behind, too. The guy's the living definition of a bumbling thief. Let's hang on to his shoes. We can give them back next time we see him. As for the diagrams, I say we keep them. They look like something the police might draw. Wonder where the caretaker got them. Now then, as I recall, the fox chamber should be at the top of those stairs. Whoa. Where these black feathers and weird tracks come from? Popular opinion seems to be that they're from Tenmataro. You mean the great evil has returned? Even if he did, I'd be laughed out of the courthouse trying to indict him. Hey, who are you and what are you doing here? This is a crime scene. And who are you? Are you with the police? I asked first, who are you and what are you doing here? On second thought, placing you under arrest for disturbing a crime scene. Under arrest? But save it for the boys back at HQ. Now come quietly or else. I don't want to be late for lunch. Please wait, we're Mayor Tenma's lawyers. Well, why didn't you say so? So you're the lawyers I heard about. I almost took you two in. You two sure were suspicious, though. I don't know how many more times I can take being called suspicious in one day. Sorry we didn't catch your name. My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright, the heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. Champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase? It's in justice we trust. Oh boy, this guy's a story and a half. So, what can I do for you? So, would it be okay if we had a look around? Certainly not. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Can you make an exception? Cease and desist at once or you'll have to deal with my little friend here. Yikes, is he reaching for his detective's badge? It's just his badge. Maybe Matters to him as attorneys, but you still need authorization to cross the police line. Hello, let's see if we can't change his mind. Good luck, let me know how it goes. Bet he's as dense as heroes come. Air duct seems interesting. And there's another area off to the side. There's also a little spot for a telephone. And the caretaker's office has a TV in it, along with a security camera watching the main entrance. There's a window directly behind it, so, or maybe another door, side entrance, so, You're wasting your time and mine. Nobody's crossing this line without authorization. A wall of justice keeping injustice, that would be you at bay. I know it. Look, there's just us and you here, right? Justice and me, you say? That's right? You trying to say that Justice and I aren't enough to keep you out? What? No, silly. We're saying that you're an inspiration in our quest for justice. If we were on the side of justice, would you let us through? But guarding the crime scene is a part of justice, too. Sure. But only a bad guy would stand in the way of justice, right? Justice is the most just here. Well, we can't have a fair and just trial without a thorough investigation, so... Oh, Lady Justice, what would you have me do? I think we really got to him. Yeah, he seems pretty neurotic as far as champions of justice go. Our pleas for justice must have had a huge impact. It's tying him up in knots. Now's our chance to start looking around. After all that about authorized personnel only, this was surprisingly easy. Should I stop them or let them through? Whose justice is more just? Well, let's get to work. We're supposed to be finding clues related to the crime, right? Search the crime scene should turn up some evidence we can use at the trial. Let's try viewing the crime scene from different angles. You never know what's hiding just around the corner, right? So move the cursor with the left stick and change our perspective with the right stick. If there's a particular spot you want to examine, just give it a tap. Okay, let's leave no stone unturned. Nous allons commencer. Let's get started. Okay, that's kind of cool. I guess maybe fewer scenes, but you can view them from multiple angles. In particular, oh. This is where Alderman Cuby's body was found. Apparently, the murder weapon, a spear, had Mayor Tenma's prints on it. It's not good. Never fear, Detective Fulbright is here. Yikes, of course. I can't offer you any information on my investigation, so... In the name of justice, I must say goodbye. What's that all about? Weird tracks must have been made when someone stepped in the alderman's blood. Maybe the killer inadvertently made them when they were fleeing? They're pretty big tracks, almost bird-like. The feathers also point to a bird. It must be one big bird, not of the friendly yellow type either. Maybe it's some mutant bird creature. So your theory is a giant mutant bird murdered Alderman Cuby with a spear. It's more plausible than saying a monster or yokai did it. Sorry to burst your bubble, but a giant spear-wielding bird is by definition a monster. Look, the statue only has one tail. Maybe it's the nine-tailed fox's sidekick. But the number of tails represents a yokai's power. So if you had two Apollo, I'd only have one. What? What? Not that it means you're better than me, got it? Like I said, what? This one's a spear, but what about this one? Looks like a giant pair of pliers. It's like something a demon might use. Saw something like that in a manga once. Really? What are they used for? Oh, things like pinching through cheeks. Ew. Pulling out tongues. Stop, stop! Oh, and you should see what they can do to a person's eyes. Okay, I get the idea. But I'm sure this thing is just a simple can opener or something like that. Demons eat canned food? I always wondered what they ate besides people. The Forbidden Chamber. Say the demon Tenmataro was imprisoned in there before his escape. Think we could get this door open? It's worth a try. Good. It's shut tight. Not even see a keyhole. Seems pretty hopeless. Did you hear the voice of someone in need? Allow me to fill you in. This door simply will not open. Tried and tried, but it won't budge. It's an essential part of the culture found in this manor, so we can't blow it up either. So an unopenable door, right. According to Ms. Jinxie Tenma, it was shut tight when she came across the crime scene. Thanks for the tip, Detective Fulbright. We didn't expect you to be so helpful. Ah, forget I just said that. So the Forbidden Chamber was shut tight at the time of the murder. Sounds like something I'd better keep in mind. Nothing about that thing. It's a pricey looking chair. Apparently the mayor was found drugged and unconscious in it. Really? Yeah, and when he came to, he was arrested for murder. Talk about your rude awakenings. So he's the prime suspect in a crime he knows nothing about. That stinks. Oh, poor Mr. Tenma. He must be feeling so scared and confused. Apollo, it's up to us to save him. It's like she's on her own emotional roller coaster. Alright, I think that's everything from this angle. Oh no, there's still this folding screen here. Maybe I should go check the others. Ah! There's the, there's an array of, strange fellows. It's a folding screen. Wonder what they were using it for. I heard the Japanese used to use these in drafty rooms, but now they're just for show. Hey, yeah, it is nice. It, should be... I'm sure they'll make some interesting uses of this where you can only get certain things from certain angles, like this folding screen. Poor Athena. Cop treating her like a child must have really bothered her. How's it going? Apollo, what words come to mind when you watch that pendulum in there? Unsteady and restless. It's a direct representation of your current state of mind. Wait, that was some kind of psychological test? My diagnosis, the strange case has made you anxious, causing you to lose your cool. You're actually not that far off the mark. It's like a cup here or something? Doesn't seem to register. Hello? Something behind the door. Whatever it is, it looks like it's broken. I mean, it looks kind of like the thing that's on the other side, maybe? Probably broken, the door's open. Why would anybody put something there? Yeah, that wasn't very smart. Maybe it was Jinxie. She was the first one to discover the body. She must have heard the screams and come running in here in a panic. Well, look at you, Apollo. Now you're using analytical psychology, too. I am? Wow, you really learned quick. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. You're the Ace Attorney of Write Anything Agency. Can't tell whether she's serious or not. Now, if Trucy said something like that, I'd immediately know she was messing with me. So what about this one? I guess we can't see that one from this angle. I have to move around a bit. This Tanuki statue reminds you of the manor's caretaker, Phineas Filch. This raccoon-looking thing? Yeah, it does look like him. Just got the best idea. We should knock it over. Might transform back into Mr. Filch. Mr. Filch is mischievous, but he's not magical, you know. Way to waste a brilliant idea, Apollo. And again, I mean... it's gotta be, although it looks like it, but it also seems like a bunch of pieces are missing, so we might have to find something else related to that. Trophies. Ooh, this one was awarded to Alderman Kyubi. Amazing Ninetales Yokai Division winner, Tenma Town Pro Wrestling Tournament. Yokai Division? I didn't know you could have a division of one. Apollo, you should enter the tournament next time. I have the perfect name for you. The Mysterious Firebrand. A mild-mannered masked lawyer by day, demonic masked wrestler by night. No one's going to hire a masked lawyer, Athena. There's this air vent. It's like the cover's off. Pretty high up there. You've got a running start and jumped. I doubt even a high jumper could make it. Don't rule it out before you try it. Besides, I'm an excellent jumper. Even so, that must be about 9 feet high. Like I said, you don't know until you try, most sheer justice. She doesn't know when to give up and when to stop using foreign words. Hey, this window opens. And outside, We have ourselves a steep cliff. Window only opens about 6 inches, not wide enough for anyone to get in or out. Look, Apollo, there's something caught in the window frame. It looks like gold fur. What a pretty color. Must be from some kind of animal. Wonder what it's doing here. Did Alderman QB have a pet fox? Look, a cat with 2 tails. No such thing. Oh, and this lady has a really long neck. How funny is that? There's no way a creature like that could ever exist. She'd have a tough time swallowing. Apollo, bet you're one of those kids who didn't believe in Santa Claus. What's that got to do with anything? Alright. Hello. What's this? What do we have here? It's like a statue of the nine-tailed fox and Tenmataro battling it out. Careful, Apollo, it's got blood on it. Ooh. Hey, you're right. Wonder if it's the alderman's blood. Well, considering it's in the seat next to the mayor, it might be the mayor's blood, because when he got conked on the head, it looked like he bled a little bit. How can you remain so calm after seeing all this blood? Well, this isn't the first I've seen something like this, so... no fun at all. At least act surprised or grossed out or something from my first case. I'm already a lawyer. You want me to be an actor too? I think that's about everything that I can examine from these angles, the 3 different perspectives. Still can't see that thing, although I assume it's just the same as the one that I have. Wait a minute. There's something wedged under this chair. Let's see if we can't lift it up and... freeze! Yikes. No disturbing crime scene evidence, even if you are the mayor's lawyers. He does have a point there. Hey, Detective Fulbright, did you hear about that attack over at Yokai Lane? I heard an elderly woman was assaulted by a strange yokai shaped like a roll of cloth. You waited until now to tell me? I better get over there once. In justice we trust. That was surprisingly easy. Okay, Apollo, now's our chance to look around some more. The more I get to know her, the scarier she gets. Hope she never finds my weakness. Whatever this is, it's stuck on tight. It's like a large blood-stained cloth. The blood's probably the alderman's, but it's pretty far from his body. I wonder how it got here. And why does this seem important? Yeah... guess that about wraps it up. Now if only we could get that detective to tell us what he knows. Hey, Apollo. Do you hear something? I don't hear anything. Oh, right. Your hearing must not be as sensitive as mine. What are you talking about? A whooshing sound, like wind rushing through a narrow strait. The echo of someone's voice. In justice we trust. Ah! Ah, someone's got a sharp set of ears. That was the sound of my righteous voice reverberating through the air duct. I heard it through the air ducts. Yeah, check it out. But why would she hear you through there? Why don't we go to the diagram? So basically, yeah, if you're out in the hallway, you can probably hear what's going on, and vice versa. Carried my monologue with it straight to your ears. And what a unique monologue it was. I was just thinking, maybe the killer made their escape through that air duct or something. No. Cute theory, but I don't think so. The air duct in the hallway is low enough to climb into, that much is true. But as you can see, the vent in the ceiling is very high. 9 feet high, in fact. I highly doubt that there's any way to get up there without a ladder or something. I don't see anything of the sort in this room, do you? I guess you're right. So you wouldn't be able to get out that way, but you might be able to get into the room that way. Speaking of things in this room, yeah? You tell us what you guys turned up, Detective Fulbright. Not on my watch, buddy. In the name of justice, I cannot reveal facts pertaining to the prosecution's case. Aw, come on. Throw us a bone here. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. I recall you saying earlier that you would come running whenever we were in need. Here, I suppose I did say that. Helping those in need is what justice is all about, but keeping information out of enemy hands is also a form of justice. Which justice is the most just? Why is this always so hard? Well, how about this? Let's do a little give and take. I mean, serving the public is part of justice too, right? You know, like the police motto, to serve and protect. I doubt leaking information to the defense team falls under that motto. Yes, of course. I must serve as well as protect. Okay, we'll share some information. In the name of justice. We did it, Apollo. Yeah, we did it all right. I'm not sure that was entirely ethical. It's Miss Jinxie Tenma who first discovered the crime scene. That's right, and this photo shows what she saw when she opened the door. Huh. Looks mostly how we saw it looking around, I think. Miss Tenma had a key allowing her immediate access. So then the Fox chamber was locked. Yes, and Miss Tenma had the only key to its door. Which is going to make that air duct thing important. So I wonder if you can lock it as you're leaving. So you can get into the air duct, open the door to leave, and relock it on your way out. Really? So Alderman QB didn't have a key to the Fox chamber? Actually, he had a master key for most of the doors in the oh. It disappeared after his murder. Okay, well that's another way that could be handled. I think the killer took it. Could very well be connected to the murder. We're looking into the possibility now. But it's the timing of Miss Tenma's discovery that I think is most important. Of course, I'm not going to share that information with you. I think you're some kind of champion of justice, but you're just plain old mean. Don't fall for that, you shameless rascal. I only help good little boys and girls. Shameless rascal? Who even says that? I wouldn't exactly call you a good little girl either. His feathers and tracks look like something a yokai might leave behind. You don't actually think the murderer was some sort of monster, do you? What's the name of that creature in the Forbidden Chamber? Tenma something? Because from the black feathers and big tracks, it looks like that creature did it. Our prime suspect would no doubt love to pin the blame on some imaginary creature. Tenma, whatchamacallit, even be made a victim of slander? I doubt the mayor would do something as childish as blaming a boogeyman. So the most likely scenario so far is that Tenma guy left the feathers and tracks behind to make it look like the yokai Tenma was the killer? Wait, what? Now I'm as confused as you. At any rate, I doubt Mayor Tenma would plant evidence like that. Yeah, that seems a little too strange. So Mayor Tenma is your only suspect. That's right. Even his name, Damien Tenma, makes him sound like a villain. And he's really scary looking too. Okay. You're telling me that's why he was arrested? Don't be ridiculous. He was the only one without an alibi. Oh, is that so? Yep. Other than the victim, the suspect, and Ms. Tenma, the only others around were Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma's aide, and the two of them were together at the time. Filch, the guy who tried to steal my bracelet, just living up to his name, I guess. Should go talk to him again when we have a chance. About Jinxie, she's not being suspected at all. She may have no alibi whatsoever, but she also has no motive. It's unfathomable that she would murder the alderman and pin the crime on her father. Besides, you really think a little girl could lift up this huge spear? True enough, that spear looks even bigger than her. It's about all I can reveal at this time. Oh, you must admit, Damien Tenma appears to be the most likely suspect. I admit it looks bad, but I'm still not buying it. Oh, and one more thing. I must warn you about the prosecutor. Prosecutor assigned to Mayor Tenma's trial? That's the one. He's, how shall I put it, not what you'd expect. That is, unless you faced a convicted killer serving hard time as a prosecutor before. You know, I think I've seen the images of this guy before, but for a second there I was like, oh god, if they brought back Von Karma. What the? Is this some kind of joke? They ask why a man in prison for murder is serving as prosecutor. Because he's mastered the use of psychology in courtroom battles. Everyone's talking about how this murder was the work of some strange creature. The yokai are nothing more than a figment of the imagination. They're baloney. Who better to prove this than a master of psychology? He's the best man for the job. He's a convicted murderer. No matter how you look at it, that's just insane. Well, the chief prosecutor personally assigned him, so none of us are in a position to question the matter. Haha. This really is the dark age of the law. This prosecutor, he wouldn't happen to go by the name Blackquill, would he? Bingo, Simon Blackquill. So you have heard of him. You could say that. Uh-oh. What's that supposed to mean? Well, I bet you don't know his unofficial title. Ever heard of the Twisted Samurai? That's Prosecutor Blackquill. Twisted Samurai? Is that because he's a criminal? Well, yes and no. You could say it also has to do with the effect his crime had on things. How so? His conviction is what twisted and warped the legal world into the dark age of the law. I'm sorry, what? And he, of all people, is going to stand in court tomorrow? Never fear, I myself will be there to protect you. That's reassuring, I guess. Well, you kids knock yourselves out. I can't wait to see how you do tomorrow. Wait, Detective Fulbright, I've been meaning to ask you something. Why are you barefoot? This doesn't look like the sort of place where you need to take your shoes off. I hadn't even noticed. Why am I barefoot? You honestly hadn't noticed until just now? Wait a second. Those shoes we found earlier. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. These wouldn't happen to be your shoes, would they? Yes, they are. My favorite pair, in fact. Thank you for bringing them to me. You must truly be on the side of justice. Don't tell me Mr. Filch actually stole from a detective. Did he steal his shoes while he was wearing them? What? Stealing shoes right off of someone's feet. That's pretty amazing. I find it more amazing that Detective Fulbright didn't notice. Well, looks like we've gotten all we can out of the detective, so let's see. Maybe we should go have a word with Mr. Filch. I want to hear what his alibi is. This is just awful. Terrible, I say. Somebody help. Oh, look, it's Mr. What was it again? Finch? No, the name's Filch. Phineas Filch. Keep on pilfering, you may wind up a jailbird instead. So what happening seems to be the problem, Mr. Filch. Oh, it's just terrible. Terrible, I tell you. Come quick. Okay. What's the deal with him all of a sudden? Looks like some kind of mask. It's the Amazing Ninetales' mask. Amazing Ninetales? Oh right, the wrestler who appeared during the festival's special event. What's his mask doing here? He'd never take off his mask like this. Someone must have killed him. What? Who would do such a thing? Let's go talk over there in private. Look, there's some white hair caught up inside this mask. I mean, what makes you believe that the Amazing Ninetales has been murdered? I mean, white hair. I kind of feel like this is just... Although this guy has... Although This one has a beard, so... Unless it's just, like, a fake beard. You really want to know, eh? You're a studious one, ain't ya? Yes, I mean, no, I mean, just tell me, please. Well, it's like this. I dreamed of becoming a wrestler myself. Hey, how about you join me in the quest for the champion's belt? What a team. Me and my bandit's mask, and you and that demon mask of yours. Wonder if I could make it big. Apollo, let's save your pro wrestling debut until after the trial. Huh? Oh, no, I wasn't actually... Why did I let him pull me off topic like that? Come on, Apollo. Ask him about the amazing Ninetales murder already. Amazing Ninetales is their village's savior, and don't you forget it. His trademark's a gold cape made look like 9 foxtails. He whirls through the ring, smacking down Tenma Town wrestlers left and right. Sparked the monster craze, revitalizing Ninetales Vale in the blink of an eye. Yep, saved our village from becoming a ghost town. Now it's a yokai town. Heh. Amazing Ninetales really does sound, well, amazing. Yeah, pretty amazing, huh? That's why he's worshipped like a hero around here. Proud to be from the same village as him. Come to think of it, you look kind of monster-like yourself, Mr. Filch. Guess it makes sense since you're from the same village as the amazing Ninetales. I know. A lot of people have told me I look like a yokai. When was that a compliment? Ouch, what's the big idea? Check your pocket. Hey, how'd you do that? Keep it, I got lots more. So you keep saying the amazing Ninetales was killed. What's the story behind that? He's saying he was murdered because his mask washed up along the river outside. That's only part of it. The main reason is no one's seen him since the special event. Word around Ninetales Vale is he was killed by Tenma Taro. You villagers are really superstitious, aren't you? That we are. We love conspiracy theories too, like the mayor's diabolical plot. Oh boy. So on top of all this crazy monster business, there are conspiracy theorists. Great. Mayor of Tenma Town? What is he plotting? Or has it he's planning on releasing Tenma Taro? That's why he wants the merger. He'll open the Forbidden Chamber once he's in control. It's quite a tale. Ain't finished yet. There's only one person who could stop the mayor. Our hero, the amazing Ninetales. He vowed to battle the mayor of Tenma Town and stop the municipal merger. Couldn't make this stuff up if I tried. Apollo, we still have to ask him about the alderman's murder, remember? Mr. Filch, would you mind telling us what you were doing at the time of the murder? I was in the caretaker's office guarding the entrance like Mr. QB said I should. I made double sure no one came in. I have a clear view of the foyer from where I work. Must be talking about this small room in the upper right. Definitely looks like you can keep track of the comings and goings from there. And you have an alibi to back your statement up, Mr. Filch? I do indeed. I was with Mayor Tenma's aide. Florent LaBelle's his name. So the two of you were together. That's a pretty sound alibi, all right. And nobody came in or out of the manor around the time of the murder? Kept watch here the whole time. Didn't see a soul pass by. If anyone did, that their security camera would have spotted them. So no one came in or out around the time of the murder. That means we're dealing with someone who was already inside when it happened. So you think this mask is the real deal? Without a doubt, this here's the mask worn by the amazing Ninetales, which I guess if the mask also includes his beard, that means it doesn't rule out the alderman as being the secret identity. What about that white hair I found inside the mask? Wait, I just thought of something. Remember the golden animal fur we found at the crime scene? Could it have come from this mask? Look, there's even a spot where some fur is missing. This places the mask at the crime scene at some point in time. Which means... What does this mean? Someone with white hair who is linked with the murder and is against the merger. Gee, I wonder who that could be. The alderman actually be Something wrong, Apollo? You should see the look on your face. Oh, no, it's nothing. Maybe Jinxie could tell us something, since she works here. Yeah... Right. Well, does it ring a bell? Oh, it's ringing all right. You want to thank me for all my hard work, and I humbly accept. No, this isn't a gift. I should know this was a dead end. I don't know if there's anything else that would have to present to him. That said, we could go through these things just in case, because it doesn't look like there's a thing like, hey, you should go here. I don't think any of these things would be relevant, but... I mean, there is one thing he might be interested in. No. Although I would imagine he'd be more interested in just getting it than, Hey, I know that picture. It's my... Yeah, that's the one he gave... Yo, it's the one you gave me. Remember? You said you had lots more. I did? Well, it was never really mine in the first place, so... You can go ahead and keep it. Don't tell me I'm now guilty of receiving stolen goods. Alright. Move outside? Come up with anything yet? Oh, of course I have. It's not quite ready for prime time, huh? Truth will only be revealed once we've dotted all our I's and crossed all our T's. In other words, it's still just a theory, so I don't think I should say anything yet. It's the dilemma any great detective must face. Whatever, it's Widget. So basically, you have no ideas. Thanks for nothing. What are your thoughts on the case so far? Well, I think our killer is most likely highly intelligent and stone-cold cool. I mean, just look how they killed the alderman. One decisive thrust, no hesitation. And you know this how? Psychology? That's right. I profiled the killer based on the evidence we found at the scene. I can almost picture the killer in my mind. Terrifying face twisted from hatred toward the victim. Big bulging eyes full of murderous intent, a horrible gash-like mouth from ear to ear, and wings black and sinister. Wings? That sounds like Tenmataro. Second thought, scratch psychology. That last part was just my imagination. You think? So I've talked to client, met her in the Vale, gathered information on the crime scene. Could talk to Jinxie. Okay, this is the case overview. Where am I gonna find Jinxie at? Maybe here? Look, there's Jinxie. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream, and sounds like she's out grocery shopping. Must really like dairy products. Charm to make a better milkshake and another to cure my lactose intolerance. Oh, maybe she should just stick to soy milk. Jinxie, hey, it's me. It's the demon lawyer. Not another warning charm. Ugh. Apollo? It's she. Alright, this is your first time meeting each other. This is Jinxie, Mayor Tenma's daughter. She was the first to discover the crime scene. Oh, so she's the one who... hello, my name's Athena Sykes. I'll be helping Apollo defend your father at his trial. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you too. Where's Trucy? She went back to the office ahead of us. Don't worry, Athena and I are on the case. Wait, how do I know you didn't... that you didn't gobble her up alive? Relax, I didn't eat her up, and I wouldn't do such a thing in the first place. Oh, poor little Trucy. I'm about ready for some tears of frustration myself. She's quite an interesting character, huh, Apollo? Jinxie, do you remember any more of what happened? Not much. At least, not yet. But you do think Tenmataro was the killer, right? Yokai we saw at the festival? I don't know anything about that. Huh? You said Tenmataro murdered the alderman. It's okay, Jinxie. You can tell me. Yikes, what was that for? People see things when they don't get enough sleep. There's no such thing as monsters. Huh? It's gotten into her. So if there are no monsters, you admit I'm human. No, you're still a demon. I give up. Seems like Jinxie doesn't want to talk about Tenmataro for some reason. But that's precisely what we need to know more about. Besides, she definitely thought there was a yokai there in the Fox Chamber. Jinxie, about this charm. You gave me this when I was heading off to the scene of the crime. You thought Tenmataro was the murderer. That's why you gave this to me, right? That's true, but... if there's anything else you could tell us, it would really help. And it will help your father, too. Alright then. Why do you think Tenmataro is the killer? I saw him with my own eyes. It's right there in the manor. Okay. He escaped his prison and ran right by me. What? Jinxie, tell us everything you saw. I called the police after I stumbled onto the scene. I was just about to head back to the festival grounds when I saw Tenmataro. It's right around here. He was running right at me. I was paralyzed with fear, but there was no one around to help me. Foul beast raced right by me toward the foyer. Toward the foyer? I don't know which way you're supposed to actually pronounce it. Mr. Filch and Mr. LaBelle were supposedly in the foyer at the time. It means they would have seen Tenmataro too. Sounds like we better get their statements. Considering Jinxie's mental state, her eyes could have been playing tricks on her. Apollo? Remember the picture in this paper? Someone caught Tenmataro flying through the air. I wonder if it's the same one Jinxie says she saw. Don't be ridiculous. Tenmataro is the killer. He can fly, too. Jinxie works at the Alderman's Manor, so maybe she can shed some light on this. So, no one knows the amazing Ninetales' true identity? Uh-huh. They say no one's ever seen him without his mask. That make you want to know even more? That's why matches where wrestlers try to expose their opponents are so popular. Wait, you mean expose as in strip them? You even think like a demon. The only thing the winner removes is the loser's mask. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. So you see, these unmasking matches are life and death battles for the wrestlers. That means this mask didn't just happen to wash up along the riverbank. There's got to be a story behind it. No one can stop the amazing Ninetales, but should be shocked to find out he's really the Alderman. About the yokai you saw at the scene of the crime, anything else stand out? Actually, I heard the strange jangly sound. Jangly sound? Can you be a little more specific? My memory kind of fuzzy, but I vaguely recall seeing Tenmataro holding a staff or something like that. Maybe that's what was making the strange sound. Does Tenmataro usually carry a staff? Good question. Never heard anything like that, and it's not shown on the scroll. How about other documents? Any of them show Tenmataro with a staff. This is the only known document depicting Tenmataro. For all, those who needlessly depict the demon are forever cursed. And what's the deal with the Tenmataro you saw, Jinxie? Why didn't you tell me you saw him earlier? Actually, Mr. LaBelle told me not to tell. Mr. LaBelle? Papa's aide. Oh, right. The other guy who was supposedly in the foyer at the time of the crime. And what exactly did he tell you? Keep the village superstitions in mind before you go talking about seeing Tenmataro at the time of the crime. Village superstitions? They say you must not gaze upon Tenmataro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Tenmataro will claim your soul. And that's something everyone here knows. Sounds like a bunch of baloney to me. Uh-huh, everyone from babies to the village elders know about it. But I didn't because I'm not from around here. Hey, come to think of it. Why is everyone hiding their faces? You there, you mustn't stare at him like that. Lower your eyes. He'll steal your soul if you're not careful. The guy at the special event thing said almost the exact same thing. Apollo, do you think this LaBelle guy actually believes in Tenmataro? I seriously doubt it. He's not even from Ninetails Vale. Why would he try to keep Jinxie from talking? That's a good question. I think we better go have a word with him. Time to unmask this monster of a mystery. Last time I saw Mr. LaBelle, he was relaxing in the foyer. Bueno, next stop, the Manor Foyer. With any luck, he'll be there waiting for us. No one here. Guess our luck isn't so good when it comes to Mr. LaBelle. Maybe he's out for a walk or something. Somebody left something on the sill of the camera, or the sill of the caretaker's office window. Town Pro Wrestling, Howlin' Wolf vs. Pretty Boy Vampire, blow-by-blow commentary by Timothy Twilight. It's a TV program guide. Looks like someone circled a pro wrestling match. Hey, what do you think you're doing? It's a... Oh, Mr. Filch, what can we do for you? That she was going to scream monster, which really isn't much of a stretch. Ain't nothing I need you to do for me. What business do you got with my TV listings? Oh no, it just caught my eye. May I ask if you watched this pro wrestling program today? Yep, it was a match between a couple of rank amateurs, though. It was a complete disaster. I reckon even I could have done better than that. I seriously doubt that. So, he was possibly watching the TV right when the murder happened and may not have seen someone who was at the scene of the crime. Is what I'm taking away from that. Something I wanted to ask him. Mr. Filch, did you see anything unusual around the time of the murder? For example, Tenmataro or something like that. Huh? Tenmataro? So you did see him. My, how clean and shiny your forehead is again today, Mr. Lawyer, sir. Bet you shine it up every day real purty-like. The ladies must love it, hehe. Don't change the subject. FYI, that was a seriously bad attempt at flattery. Jinxie said she saw Tenmataro flee toward the foyer. So you must have seen him too if you were here. Yipes. Wow, I really pushed a button there. Well, did you see anything or not? That is quite enough. I must ask that you do not pester my friend anymore. Forgive me for being pestered, sir. And you are? I am Florent LaBelle, Beau Divine and personal aide to Mayor Damien Tenma. Beau Divine? More like yokai grotesque. This place is crawling with monsters. Oh, excuse you. Ah, the heck was that for? Ha 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 ha. It was just a little cologne. You had a look of stinky sweat about you. It's from my own original brand of cosmetics called Je suis la belle. Oh, what a heavenly scent. Ugh, I think you just paralyzed my olfactory receptors. I suppose such a scent would be difficult for a peasant to appreciate. I'll have you know, that is brand number 5, Bonjour. It's my way of introducing myself. Enjoy. Where's my bottle of adieu so I can return the favor? Enough about the cologne. Please tell us what you saw around the time of the murder. Can I ask you what you're doing at the time of the crime? In other words, you'd like to hear my alibi. Think you'd suspect me of all people. Oh, no, it's just a formality. We ask everyone the same question. Ah! How dare you doubt me? That's an affront to beauty itself. You obviously can't see straight. Ugh, like that spritz really helped. What were we doing, you ask? Go ahead, Filchy, answer the question. At the time of the crime, we were, in this here foyer. Exactly. Good answer, Filchy. Good answer. Just repeating what you told. Youch, you said quite enough. What is with these two? Great, now he's got me talking like that. Sounds like Jinxie isn't the only one this guy's trying to keep quiet. And the one who told Jinxie not to mention that she saw Tenmataro. Why, that little... So, she told you she saw the demon, did she? Mr. LaBelle, do you mind if I ask whether you believe in the village superstitions? Oh, please. I was merely trying to keep with traditions. Nevertheless, I will say this. I wouldn't stick my nose into this whole Tenmataro business if I were you. Bad things happen to those who do. That much is true. He is one scary monster. That's crazy. You really expect me to believe that monsters are real? Well, you're real, and you sure look like a monster. Look who's talking. So, Mr. LaBelle, you didn't see Tenmataro. Ah! Well, Jinxie has an active imagination. Isn't that right, Phineas? That's right. I didn't see nothing, especially not Tenmataro. As for me, I only see things of beauty. That's why I can barely see you. Wahahaha. Got 2 words for this guy. Total freak. We're quite through here. I'm a very busy man, you know. Right. Well, thanks for your help. These 2 were in the foyer, but didn't see Tenmataro. Come along, Filchy. Where we going? Oh, right. Gotta practice them statements for tomorrow. Yipes! My eyes! You're going to dig your own grave with that big mouth of yours someday. What does he mean, practice statements? Now, if you would excuse me, it's time to touch up my makeup. Yeah, this guy is definitely shady. Paul, I know this sounds strange. Mr. LaBelle seems unusually preoccupied with Tenmataro. Really? How can you tell? Well, it's kind of hard to explain. You see, I can read people's emotions from the tone of their voice. You mean you have good ears? Something like that. People's emotions are expressed in the tone of their voice, and my ears can pick up on even the subtlest of tones for some reason. That's an interesting skill. But what do you mean he's preoccupied with Tenmataro? Not exactly sure, but it's like he was obsessed with the thought of Tenmataro. That's what I picked up from his voice anyway. Everywhere we turn, it's the Tenmataro this, Tenmataro that. Should go talk to the mayor, too. Sounds like a plan. We need to get to the bottom of that rumor about him wanting to release Tenmataro. Something wrong, Apollo? Where did your enthusiasm go? What am I doing asking the mayor if he has ever thought about releasing Tenmataro? At best, he'll think I'm an idiot. At worst... Ugh. Oh, he's here. So nice to finally meet you. Mr. Justice's partner, Athena Sykes. I'm looking forward to working with you, Mr. Tenma. Taro. Oh, yes, I look forward to working with you, too. Eek. I didn't mind Athena calling him by a completely wrong name. Apollo, he's just as kind and gentle looking as I'd imagined. Lucky for you after that blunder you just made. There are rumors going around about how you wanted to or did set Tenmataro free. What utter nonsense! Yikes! I always assume the worst of me because of the way I look. But those rumors don't have a shred of truth, I tell you. A little touchy about his appearance, isn't he? What he really needs to work on are his people skills. So rumor has it she would push the merger through in order to release Taro. Of course, that's a bunch of baloney, isn't it? Sorry if I offended you. So that's the talk around town, is it? I can see how that would make you angry. What if Jinxie's schoolmates start teasing her about this? Huh? I must break out of here at once. Her tormentors must be taught a lesson. No, first we have to get you a not guilty verdict. Don't try and stop me. This is about a father's duty to his darling daughter. Hold tight, sweet Jinxie. Daddy's coming to save you. Relax. We'll look out for your daughter until we can get you free. Is that so? You don't need me to go straighten things out myself? Oh boy, they'd probably call in the SWAT team if you showed up at her school. Oh, right. I would ask about the reason behind the merger. Seems like you were rather forceful in pushing for the municipal merger. Do you really want Ninetail's Vale that badly? Yes, well, it's quite an attractive prize in terms of tourism. Wait, am I feeling what I think I'm feeling? Sure, I played a bit of hardball, but only when I deemed it necessary. I knew it. My bracelet's reacting. What is it, Apollo? Your Tenman may not be telling the whole truth. Really? How can you tell? People invariably tense up when they lie. That's where my bracelet here comes in. I can sense when the person I'm talking to is feeling tense, because it begins to feel tight on my arm. No way! You can do that? Wait, so you believe me? Just like that? Sure, each of us has our own special gifts. Oh yeah, Athena has a gift too, her special sense of hearing. Still, what do you think the mayor's lying about? I don't know, but it's our job to find out. It's been a while since my bracelet last reacted like this. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. First, touch the bracelet Y, whirl. Remember this feeling of intense concentration, ability to see the smallest twitch, the slightest frown that no one else could see. Lying somewhere in that statement he just made, and when he lied, a certain habit made itself clear just under his right eye. Just have to shift my viewpoint up and focus on that area. Okay, so this is... Alright, I see it. Do I have to hit a button? No, got it now. This nervous tell should appear when he's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. Gotta pour over every word he says and wait for it to appear, and when it does, I'll perceive it.
Gotcha!
Please trust us with the truth. The truth? I don't understand. When you mentioned tourism, bottom of your right eye started twitching. What nonsense is this? So what if it did? Please, tell us more about your merger bid. More is there to tell. Why were you really seeking to merge with Ninetail's Vale? I already told you, tourism. The monster craze really revitalized the village, making it quite the prize. You really don't trust us, do you? What are you talking about? The village has been hot property ever since the monster craze started, has it not? I think you've yet to realize that what you're saying contradicts the facts. You say that the monster craze really revitalized Ninetail's Vale, so you felt it would be an attractive prize for its tourism, but that would contradict this.
Take that!
Monster craze in Ninetail's Vale is a very recent phenomenon. It sparked when the amazing Ninetails rose up against the municipal merger. The village was practically a ghost town before then. You see, you couldn't have possibly seen it as an attractive prize for its tourism. What's the real reason behind your push to merge the towns? Well, You ready to tell me the truth now? Honestly, I never wanted to pursue the merger in the first place, but I had no choice if I wanted to protect my darling little Jinxie. Protect her from what? I received a threat. It said either I go through with the merger or my Jinxie dies. What? How awful. Who would do such a thing? I don't know. Whoever blackmailed me must be connected to the murder. Wait, so you think the blackmailer and the killer could be one and the same? Alderman QB was immensely popular, so you have to ask who would want him dead. The blackmailer who wanted the merger at all costs had all the motive in the world. Why go from blackmail to murder? The merger protests won't disappear just because the alderman was killed. Ah, could it be? What if there was another reason for the murder? Like what? Maybe the blackmailer discovered Alderman QB's secret identity, and his secret identity was a threat to the blackmailer's merger scheme. Do secret identities have to do with anything, Apollo? I have evidence revealing the Alderman's secret identity. Maybe it's time to use it. Maybe we can give it a shot. Please take a look at this if you would. That's the amazing Ninetails' mask. What is the meaning of this? His mask was almost definitely at the crime scene, and there was some white hair inside. White hair, you say? There's but one person with white hair in the manor that day. What are you saying? You know which man I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about Rex QB, the amazing Ninetails himself. No way. The alderman was impossible. Really? This doesn't seem like that much of a stretch, to be honest. Come to think of it, Alderman QB was a former pro wrestler. Yeah. Blackmailer turned killer when he discovered the alderman's secret identity. I'd just say that, but yeah, the amazing Ninetails was a threat to the blackmailer's scheme. He opposed the merger, and as a result, single-handedly sparked the monster craze. Even so, what was the mask doing at the crime scene? There had been an event at the manor, and maybe Alderman QB had taken part in it, if you get my drift. This is absurd. Mr. Mayor, do you have proof of the threat that was made against you? Yes, a blackmail letter. Unfortunately, it disappeared after the murder. Oh, boy. I've been carrying it around in my briefcase, but now it's suddenly vanished. Oh, yeah, when he got knocked out, there's not really a whole lot he could do. The blackmailer must have taken it with them as there they killed the alderman. Well, at least we've clearly established the killer's motive. Mayor Tenma, visiting hours are over. It would appear this meeting is adjourned. Apollo, do you really think the Tenma Taro that Jinxie saw is the killer? I don't know. All I know is there's no such thing as monsters. What about that newspaper article? Could the killer have purposely freed Tenma Taro to do their dirty work? Oh, come on. There wasn't any Tenma Taro to release in the first place. Yes, the only suspects the police have right now are the mayor and a yokai. We'll probably be arguing whether there was a yokai involved in court tomorrow. I can already see that look of disbelief on the judge's face. Apollo, are you alright? I'm fine. I'll think of something. Better, because I can't very well say a flying demon was the killer. And at this point, the only thing I know for sure is tomorrow is going to be one doozy of a trial. Whew. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's not too late, but I don't know that I'll be able to get the next section done before it does get too late, so. But we got through the first investigation, learned some things, including, you know, on one hand, it was kind of fun being able to investigate areas that weren't necessarily related to the murder, or that had a bunch of things that weren't necessarily related to the murder, because you got some like flavor text and, you know, some chance for some, you know, dialogue between the characters. So I am gonna miss that a little bit if it's really just okay. You only do investigations at crime scenes or a few locations now. But I do like the trade-off of having, you know, the multiple angles to look at things, so you could use that as part of the. It could potentially play a role in the case of like, oh hey, yeah, this thing is here instead of behind this other thing. I mean, there's probably a way they could have done that with, you know, the old 2D flat sprites, but if you're going to use 3D models for like areas and such, yeah, you might as well go all out. So that's pretty cool. Something I did notice earlier, or I did mention earlier, it does seem that like these cases are a bit like wackier than previous ones. I mean, I don't know. The first case, it was like, oh yeah, it's these things stored in stuffed animals, and like, at the same time, you know, it's still pretty serious because, you know, a courtroom got blown up and somebody died, but I don't know. Like this one with the like, oh, there's monsters everywhere. It's like, okay. But I mean, you know, I brought up comparison with the Steel Samurai from the first game, and with that one, it was like, okay, yeah, you know, there's a bit of movie magic involved, but I'm pretty sure everyone except for like the kid who had to testify was pretty well aware that this was just a TV show and not like, you know, the actual Steel Samurai and evil magistrate duking it out. And you know, I'm not gonna act like, you know, everybody in this town is just a crazy conspiracy theorist who, you know, really believes that monsters exist or whatever. But it seemed like a few people were definitely into it, and I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I mean, I'm gonna stick with it. It's still fun. It's just, you know, there's like a scale of like realism versus like absurdity that you know, obviously a game about a defense attorney is not going to be completely serious. This isn't going to be like, you know, a police procedural story. There's going to be some, you know, fun, goofy elements to it, but I don't know. It did kind of feel like that was a thing where like with each game it did seem to tend more towards like getting increasingly dramatic and ridiculous and like just wild, crazy stuff that would happen with each game. But like I said, it's still fun. It's not like it's a huge problem or anything. But we'll see how the trial goes. We'll get to meet the twisted samurai. Yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is. So, but it's still fun, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I don't know when my next stream will be. I've been lucky that I've had some time to stream, you know, a few days in a row here. I don't know if that's going to keep up for the rest of the week, but you know, if nothing else, you'll have the VODs if you can't catch the stream. So, you know, all in all, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time.